Hey gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you for tuning back into my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing a couple of new fragrances to my collection. These are Arabian fragrances. I also picked up another affordable fragrance that I'll be sharing with you as well. So if you love a good perfume haul, then please keep watching. Hey friend, I'm so excited that you're back and we can get to chatting about perfumes again today. To those of you who are new on this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey, and I also sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle in my monthly vlogs. So if any of that piques your interest, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I would love to have you here. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. So the first fragrance I picked up is one that I've had my eye on for a while. This is also a fragrance that after chatting with one of my subbies and hearing their experience, I decided I would just go ahead and get, because now I had their experience coupled with the experience of everyone who has reviewed this fragrance. And the fragrance I'm talking about is Club de Nuit Imperiale. This is a very popular fragrance in the Arabian fragrance world, and I definitely wanted to give this a try. And here is the bottle. Now, I actually really like the bottle. The bottle is not like the highest quality bottle, but I love what they were going for. And I feel like if they invested a little bit more in this bottle, it would be amazing. It would be super luxurious. So I love the iridescence of this, and I also love the idea of the gold cap. I'm not crazy about this situation right here with the chain and the middle component, and I also feel like if they gave us a better quality gold cap, removing this altogether, this would be quite a luxurious bottle. But I love what they were going for here. Feels nice to hold. This is a 3.6 fluid ounce bottle. Now I have a question for you all, so if you have the answer, please feel free to leave it in the comment section. I would so appreciate it. The box says that this perfume was manufactured by Ster-ling Parfum, but the brand is Armaf. This particular batch, this fragrance was made in France. So that leaves me a little bit unsure as to whether or not this is an Arabian fragrance. So if you know whether this is or not, drop it down below. With any of my other fragrances and the other houses, it's really easy to tell because it says made in UAE. So it's pretty obvious, but with this one, I'm not so sure this is an Arabian fragrance, but the only time I hear it spoken of is in the context of Arabian fragrances. So if you know, drop it down in the comment section. So as many of you may already know, this is a dupe for Parfum de Marly's Delina Exclusive. I have to say that this is a spot-on dupe. This is as close to one-to-one as you're going to get. In that respect, they have done an outstanding job with this fragrance. Now, my experience with Delina in the past has been that Delina is headache-inducing. It kind of makes me nauseous, and it just feels like there's too much going on. The way the rose is done in Delina just feels too cloying for me. I just have not gotten along with that fragrance in the past. Now, Delina Exclusive was a bit better, but the last time I experienced Delina Exclusive was when I also smelled Delina. I took samples home, and I think that kind of tainted my experience and my opinion of Delina Exclusive. I have since discovered that I quite enjoy Delina de la Rosée. I think it's so fresh, it's so light. I love the way the rose is done. I love the way that it dries down. So I've been thinking about going back and sniffing Delina Exclusive. And then this fragrance popped up on my radar, and I said, you know what, let me go ahead and try this one first, and that'll sort of help me decide whether I want to purchase Delina in the future. But now having had this, I must say, this is enough. This is enough. This is enough for me. This is a 10 out of 10 fragrance. 10 out of 10. I do plan on making a 10 out of 10 Arabian fragrance video very soon, so please stay tuned for that. But this one is a 10 out of 10 fragrance. The performance on this is amazing. This lasts all day on skin, and you will definitely smell it on your clothes after washing them. This is a very, very high performing quality fragrance, and I absolutely love it. When I first spray this out, I get that lychee right away, a blast of lychee, and the bergamot makes this really bright. And the way the nutmeg is done is it adds a little bit of spice to the opening, but it doesn't present as nutmeg and it doesn't scream, I am nutmeg. Instead, it just adds a tiny bit of spice to this. And the opening is just very bright, fresh, slightly zesty, slightly spicy, and I absolutely love the way this opens up. Now, as this starts to dry down, to my nose, it starts getting creamy and powdery. For me, this is a really powdery fragrance. The way that this plays with my skin is it comes off as extremely creamy and powdery with a soft rose. And I love how soft the rose is here. This makes me feel similar to how Burberry Her Elixir makes me feel. Like I have some really soft fabric caressing my skin. That's how this feels. And I think the cashmere note in here is what's adding to that soft fabric type of feel. And I love that. You have that beautiful pink rose. So it's a very fresh rose, a very light, bright rose. Then you have a sweet, creamy vanilla. They put musk at the mid of this fragrance, which is another reason why I think this is coming off as really powdery. It's like a powdery musk. And this also has peony at the mid, although my nose does not detect the peony. There is a peony, there is a rose. Overall, the rose in here is very bright, very fresh, very soft. It's not heavy at all. It's not overwhelming. It's perfectly done in here. At the base of this, you get another dose of vanilla, which doesn't surprise me because this fragrance comes across as very creamy and very sweet. Then you get incense, which I don't know, to my nose, I'm not yet picking up the incense. This is a fairly new fragrance, although it was manufactured in September of 2023. I just received this and started wearing it, and so it may need to macerate a little bit before my nose picks up the incense. I don't have that much experience with incense, so it might be a good thing that I don't pick it up. Then you have cedar and cashmere. However, to my nose, I don't detect much woods here. This is a creamy, sweet, musky, cashmere kind of fabric-like fragrance with a rose undertone. This smells fresh, it smells feminine, it smells clean, it smells soft. This smells very, very similar to the original. I feel like this is more than a dupe. In my opinion, this is a clone. A clone has differences that are pretty much imperceptible, and I think that's what's going on here. The differences are imperceptible. Therefore, in my opinion, this is a clone. So if you've been thinking about getting Delina Exclusive and you're not sure you want to spend the money, or perhaps you need a backup bottle because you already have it and love it, or maybe you just want to decide on whether you'll get the original or not, this is a great place to start. This is around $40, y'all. Super affordable, and I will definitely be linking this in the description box for you, so do yourself a favor and check this out. If you've been curious about any of the Delinas, this is a great place to start. I love this. So thank you to my subby who chatted with me and let me know that you purchased this. I agree with you. This is amazing. Amazing. This is Armaf's Club de Nuit Imperiale. So this next fragrance is one that I did not intend to purchase. I picked this one up off of Amazon and they sent me the wrong one. The fragrance that I reference here is Lattafa's Ajayeb Dubai. I originally set out to purchase Ajayeb Dubai Portrait, and this is what I got. On the bottom of the cellophane, there was a label with a barcode. The label on this box read Ajayeb Dubai Portrait, but the actual product was not that. So I think the problem started with the labeling. They incorrectly labeled this fragrance, and that's why they sent it out and are probably sending it out to people who have ordered Ajayeb Dubai Portrait. So I'm sure I am not alone. Anywho, I still plan on picking up Ajayeb Dubai Portrait because I've heard so many good things about it. It's a mango fragrance, which is a yes for me regardless. So I'm definitely still going to be picking that one up. However, since I have this one, I thought I'd give my thoughts on it if you're interested. So this is the bottle. Very interesting bottle. It feels very substantial. The bottle itself is already very masculine leaning, but in this black, it looks like something that belongs on my husband's fragrance tray. So I'm not crazy about the packaging here. However, the fragrance is quite nice. So Ajayeb Portrait is a warm, spicy, vanillic, lactonic, sweet type of scent. It has a coffee note, there are fruits in here, and overall I think this is a very complex scent. I also think that I have to let this macerate. I think this was produced in November of 2023. When I first get the fragrances, I like to take them outside and just spray out as much as I think will empty out the straw and get all of that initial fragrance out of the bottle, and then I like to sit and then come back to it. If it needs more time, I'll give it more time, and I think this is one that needs time to macerate a little bit. People have raved about this one as well, especially for the fall and winter. I have heard this referenced as a caramelic coffee type of scent, and to my nose I get something a little bit different right now. So first things first, this is unisex, but I feel like this comes across as very masculine at the opening. So when you first spray it out for the first 20 minutes or so, this is kind of leaning more masculine. Then as it continues to dry down, it starts getting more and more unisex. When I first sprayed this, I feel like I was smelling a pineapple note that was covered in spices. I now know that there is saffron and pineapple at the top of this fragrance, so that explains why. So it was almost like a pineapple, an overripe pineapple that was like covered with spices of some sort. As it started to dry down, it started to lose a little bit of edge, a little bit of that masculine edge. So then as it started to dry down, it started to get more dessert-like, and it started to get dessert-like in a way that's not sweet. So this is not an overly sweet fragrance. There is sweetness in here, but it's not overly sweet. I started getting a little bit of a butterscotch feel. So if you've ever had a butterscotch candy or a butterscotch chew, then you'll probably understand what I started to pick up from this fragrance. And butterscotch is not sweet. It has this sticky quality to it, this caramelic type of quality to it. It also has this lactonic quality to it, but it's not overly sweet, and that's what I started to get. The coffee note for me is not like a very pronounced coffee note, although I will say the coffee note in here is more pronounced than Hamra Kawa. So if you're looking for a more coffee dominant note in your fragrance, I think this fragrance right here is a little bit more coffee forward, although it's still not super prominent to my nose. So this is one that I'm definitely going to let sit until next fall and winter, God willing, and see how this plays out, see how it wears on my skin. And you all know I will definitely be back with more thoughts on this, and perhaps when I get the Dubai portrait, I can do like a comparison of the two. But I will definitely be back to share more thoughts on this fragrance. This is Lattafa's Ajayeb Dubai. I really like how this looks when the light hits it. Very nice. So this next fragrance is not an Arabian fragrance, but it is an affordable fragrance that you can pick up on Amazon. This is the perfect spring and summertime scent. It's kind of like a gourmand for this time of year. So it's edible smelling, it's very bright, it's very fun. So this fragrance is fraise fouetté. This is your strawberry shortcake with strawberry frosting and actual strawberry slices on top. That's what this fragrance is. So to me, this fragrance is sweet, it's very fruity. It doesn't smell overly synthetic to my nose, but it does smell extremely playful. This is extremely playful. Some may consider this juvenile because it's just so youthful, and it smells like a strawberry dessert of some sort. It gives off a cheesecake-like nuance where the sweet and the savory play with each other, except in cheesecake, the sweet and the savory are like 50-50. But in this one, the sweet is more like 80% and savory is about like 20%. That's how I would describe this fragrance. Very, very playful. This is not a serious scent. This is not the type of scent you pick up to go out to somewhere special. This is more of a fun fragrance that you can spritz on anytime that you're in the mood for it. So yes, this one is super playful. And I really love this fragrance. This is the type of fragrance that I will be wearing when I want to go to the pool, when I'm going to the beach, when I'm going to like an outdoor event with my family during this time of year, because it's very fun. It's just a fun fragrance. So that's the context for this particular one, and you can pick this up off of Amazon, super affordable. If you're looking for a fun strawberry fragrance to wear in the warmer months, this is one to check out. This is Fraise Fouettée. This is by the house Le Monde Gourmand. If you are still here, thank you so much for still being here. I appreciate you so much. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful in any way, definitely give it a like on your way out, as that really does help my channel grow. And also, if you enjoy fragrance content, I make quite a bit of it on this channel, so please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also turn on that notification bell so you never miss another video. Before we part ways today, I want to remind you that you are worthy. You're worthy of love, you're worthy of respect, you're worthy of forgiveness, you're worthy of a fresh start, you're worthy of joy, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I will be over here thinking on those very same things. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye.